Welcome to math class, where today we are writing linear equations in point-slope form given point and slope. So our objective is given a point and the slope for a line, write the equation for the line with the given slope that will go through the given point. So for example, our job is to write the equation for a line that will pass through the following point, -3, -5, and it has a slope of 3. So to demonstrate this, we're going to first place our point. So we're going to place it, and we're going to take it to -3, -5. Once we have placed it, we're going to then define our slope. Our slope is 3. Once we have defined our slope, we're going to use our slope to find a second point, because in order to graph a line, we need at least 2 points. So the slope, our second point, can be at -2, -2. Our objective then is to then find the equation that will draw this line that will go through both of these points. So we will end up doing that first. So when given a point and the slope, we're going to use the point slope form. So if we have -3, -5, then we have the following bits of information. We have x1, y1, and we have our m. So all we're going to do is we're going to plug the values in. So we get y minus a -5 equals 3 times x minus a -3. And what generally happens is we get the following equation. Once we resolve the double negatives, we get y plus 5 equals 3 times x plus 3. So this is point slope form. Our next objective, once we learn how to get it into point slope form, is to then take it into slope intercept, which involves distributing first our slope to get 3x plus 9. Then we would subtract 5 from both sides in this case, so that we end up with the final form of y equals 3x plus 4. So we take this y plus 5 equals 3 times x plus 3. We would check that out in our Desmos. So we have our second point. What we're going to do is we're going to write the equation y equals, or not y equals, y plus 5 equals 3 times x plus 3. And as you can see, it causes the line to go through both of the points and to cover up my dashed line. This is a good indicator that I have figured out the correct equation. The other form of the equation, which was in slope-intercept form, would be y equals 3x plus 4. And as you can see, it also covers up. So both the equations that I have written here are equivalent equations. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we write the equation? Well, it's actually a very simple process. Given a point, x1, y1, and a slope of m, we're going to substitute x1 and y1 and m into the point slope formula. So x1, y1, we're going to plug it into the formula. And when we do this, we're going to end up changing the signs. Change the signs. Our m, we keep the sign. So this is point slope form. This cannot be graphed in Desmos on the testing calculator. Cannot graph this form in Desmos testing. Okay. Now the other form of the equation, we just simply take it. We still change the sign of our x1, but this time we're going to keep the sign of y1, just like we do the m. We're going to keep the sign. So the general rules go like this. We always change the sign of x1. Now, if y1 is opposite of x1, oops. So if y1 is opposite of x1, then we're going to change the sign of y1. If y1 is the same side of x1, then we're going to keep the sign of y1. So let's practice through this. Given point and slope, we're going to write the equation that goes through the point 3, -4 with the slope of 2. So our first objective is to first label our values here. So we have x1, y1, and m. The next thing we're going to want to do is write down the formula for point slope. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, when I write the equation for this, I'm going to go y. I get to minus y1, and I look at y1, it says -4, so I make it +4. I change the sign. I set that equal to m. I keep the sign of 2 times x. I get to minus x1. x1 is +3, so I make it -3. Okay, let's do one more. First things first, we have x1, y1. We have slope of m. Next thing is to write down the formula. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, down below it, I'm going to rewrite it, but replacing the values. Okay, for minus y1 was +2, so I'm going to make it -2. My x1 is +5, so I make it -5. My m was -2/3, so I make it -2/3. Thank you for watching.